Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
All right, welcome to another Friday night edition of Pajama Party. I'm on yours, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Happy Friday. Happy hot, rainy Friday.
Don't know where you are. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. For some of us, it's hot. For some of us, it's rainy. And for some of us, it's both. Ooh, how you doing tonight, Poppa DD?
Everything's cool.
All right.
Got a lot to cover tonight. So.
All right, Ketel, how you doing?
I can't complain. How about you guys?
Fabulous, darling. Fabulous. Just flew in from the Riviera, so.
The wine. The wine was good. The women were there.
Yes. It was fabulous. Life is fabulous. Everything is fabulous. All right. What you got for us tonight, Poppa DD? Let's get it. Kick it off.
I tell you what. The first subject we want to kick around is in reference to the foreseeable election coming up on the Republican side of things. Now, just one roundtable discussion on things. If you notice, if you watch the debate, how people were still in the aspect of still kissing Trump's butt, so to speak. And I think that's all because they want their particular votes and whatever that goes. But what I don't understand is because America is so blind, especially that side of America, why doesn't everybody just, take a break and try to make these people go for what they need to go for in their own generation going forward? Everybody wants to go along with Trump and get the bungle, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like the bungle deal. If I convince people to come on my side, I can get, Trump's followers. But why do you want Trump's followers? Just to make an example, and I'm going to kick it around to y'all. Does Beyonce want Taylor Swift's followers? And does Taylor Swift want Beyonce's followers? Or does Lizzo need either one of their followers? Mm-hmm. These people need, Stevie Wonder has his own followers. Earth, Wind & Fire, Mary J. Blige, they have their own followers. And what I don't understand is that these people are like, they're so busy trying to stay connected. And what I saw in that debate was just a bunch of punk-ass moves where everybody is still kissing Trump's ass like he has some type of, stronghold on something. I could see if he was a Martin Luther King or a Malcolm X, where what he was saying is making a difference, or, you know what I mean? It's serving a whole race of people and things like that. But he's serving a whole race, but for another reason. But so what do y'all think about the way these Republicans are kissing ass and trying to hold on to something where they should be trying to, or should they be trying to do their own thing? What do you think?
I have a response in terms of the why. I think they're going for what they see as built-in numbers, similar to the way that some politicians take the black vote for granted. They see it as a built-in block of voters, block of numbers. So if they can convince a quote-unquote black folks to vote for them, they think all black folks will vote.
Yeah, we know why they're doing it.
You mentioned the why.
Yeah, but no.
I think that's why. They
I think
just
you may
want
have
that
misunderstood me
built-in
a
block
little
of
bit.
numbers.
I don't mean the why. We know
Okay.
why. I'm saying, do you think they should be doing this? Is this the way in order to build your base? Because everybody says the Trump base. But when is DeSantis going to try to make it the DeSantis base? Or the Chris? What are you going to do to make a difference to get the people that are on the fence, or maybe pull over a few Democrats or whatever? What are you going to do to make it? That's what I'm saying. As far as them going in another direction to make their self stand out. That's why I said when it comes to different singers and people like that.
Well, they definitely need to. I think that's part of the struggle. I think a lot of them don't really have what I see as a real position. So it's like you don't really have anything real to stand on. So what are you offering to people? What are you offering to people to say, follow me and, fill in the blank. Follow me and I will bring you this, or I will do that.
Right.
So many of them are so busy fighting to say Trump this, Trump that, or they're pointing fingers at each other like I saw on the debate. They're so busy fighting each other. I really did not hear much at all of what is each individual person bringing to the Republican table. And I think that's part of the problem. They don't really stand for much of anything. There's just a bunch of yap, yap, blah, blah, blah. But in the end of it, what are you really saying that you're going to do different? That's what I'm hearing. I think that's the problem.
That's the
you
reason
stand
why.
for nothing, you can't bring anything.
That's why they're trying to get on the Trump bandwagon and pick up 75 million votes automatically.
Because it's all built in. It's right there. And those people, are kind of brain dead anyway. So if you can convince them that I'm just like Trump, just looking different, so follow me. You had people saying if Trump was in jail, they would still support Trump.
Yeah. So
that's how brain dead these people are. I don't know. So what do you think, Ketel?
I don't know. It's all complicated. It's just crazy. I'm kind of agreeing with you, Redwine. They're just jumping on the bandwagon to get those votes. I'm just still trying to understand why all these people trying to get to that position. I guess it's all about money and power, I guess. But, a lot of them are not going to make it. I mean, you got 10 people running, and out of those 10 people, 1 or 2 may survive. So why are they even running anyway? It's just I don't get it. I'm just lost in the sauce. I just don't get it. I really don't.
No, but that's a good question. For the ones who have not even a ghost of a chance.
Yeah.
Why are you still in it? Spending people's money, raising money to blow money on a campaign that is going nowhere.
Yeah, I did see some stuff out there that night that really nobody had anything going on. The guy from South Carolina, from South Dakota, he kept talking about his small towns and I'm small town. I don't know, and then you had Tim Scott. He was talking about.
He tried.
He's talking about the single parent thing. He wearing a $600 suit, and somehow he came up with a single parent and all, and they want us to think that he still goes to the hood. Okay, brother.
Trying to be humble.
Yeah, humble voice-wise, but once you reach senator level, you got a staff and every damn thing. But anyway.
Look, has he rolled his sleeves up yet?
Yeah. Well, he's on a, like I said, but we're gonna get into that a little later. Ketel, what we got going on tonight? You wanna give us a rundown if you don't mind, please?
Go ahead, Ketel.
Sure. You put me to work already. All right, I'm still here.
Well, you on the payroll?
Come on, what you got?
I
you thinking, well, then where's my check? Your check is in the mail.
All right, in focus. The March on Washington reaches a 60th anniversary. Wow, I was just 2 years old. Was happy. Also, Chicago files lawsuit against Kia, the car company, and what's happening in the Republican politics. Our cocktail of the week. We got a pretty good one for you tonight. What's poppin' with Poppa DD? Of course, he has something spectacular for us tonight. Our weird news. We have to lighten it up. Jersey officials seek flying suspect following wild power outage. Also, Toronto Zoo asked guests to please stop showing gorillas their cell phones. And Israel Israeli restaurant serves chocolate ice cream in the most disgusting way possible. Okay. I'm just saying with Redwine, living for the city with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, the kiss it list, and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with In Focus.
You're in tune to the Late Night Adult Pajama Party right here on Blog Talk Radio. This is a production of DC Homegrown Entertainment. To share your opinion with the Pajama Party Crew, call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. If you'd rather just listen in, you can still call us and listen on your phone, or you can listen online by going to our website, www.apajamaparty.com, and clicking the Listen banner in the top right corner. So join the conversation and let us know what you think about tonight's topics or whatever is on your mind. Okay, who turned the lights off? Call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party 1. Your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right, we're going to go right into In Focus, and I've got the first one on the March on Washington. Let's talk about that. I'm hoping the weather will cooperate, but that's going to be happening tomorrow in Washington, D.C. Civil rights leaders are set to hold the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington tomorrow at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., amid ongoing fears that the nation is going backwards on racial equity and voting rights, even as the country becomes more diverse. On August 28, 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. That same spot will be the focal point of this anniversary gathering, which is being organized by Martin Luther King III, Al Sharpton, Andrew Young, and other members of Martin Luther King Jr.'s family. The organizers are describing it as not a commemoration, but a continuation. And the hashtag MOW60 intends to serve as the response to what its organizers are viewing as a systemic loss of rights for Black people, Latino immigrants, women, the LGBT plus community, and those of low income, among many others. So they're including a lot of people who've been kind of pushed to the side in this particular anniversary. The King family is also, they said they wanted to be more diverse, so it's not just about Black folks. The King family is also using the moment to call on Congress to pass revamped voting rights legislation. And I don't understand why voting rights legislation has been so difficult. This thing has been bounced around so many times, and I don't understand, like, what's the problem? But attendees are going to start gathering at 8 o'clock in the morning to hear some preliminary speeches, and then the main event is tentatively set to happen at 11 a.m. Martin Luther King Jr.'s 15-year-old granddaughter, Yolanda Renee King, is going to address the crowd. I think I've heard her speak before.
Yeah, she's on fire.
Yeah, she did. So she's going to address the crowd, as well as former Atlanta mayor and civil rights leader Andrew Young and Representative James Clyburn. I think he's from South Carolina, I believe. Unidos CEO Janet Murguia, Anti-Defamation League CEO Jonathan Greenblatt, Representative Hakeem Jeffries, who's the first Black House Minority Leader. So I think they have some other speakers as well that are planned. So just some background facts and figures. Poverty rates for Black Americans have fallen in decades since the first March on Washington, but they still remain high in comparison to other races. Mortality rates are disproportionately high among Black women, and other racial disparities in health care are still widespread. Today, there are 60 Black lawmakers in Congress compared to only 5 Black lawmakers back in 1963. Imagine that. 60 years, and we've only gone from 5 to 60. So, I mean, it's progress, but wow. And white Americans still make up most of Congress and constitute a majority of governors. So, still have work to do in that category. And then, of course, on August 28, 1963, Dr. King and roughly 250,000 people marched on Washington, D.C. in one of the most notable events of the Civil Rights Movement. So for Saturday, they're expecting anywhere from 750,000 people, somewhere in that category. We'll see what the real turnout is, but that's what they're preparing for. The colleges, HBCUs are participating. There's, of course, buses coming from all over the place. So it's going to be a big event.
I still think it was more people than what they said in '63. I mean, that thing spanned from the Lincoln Memorial all the way down. Wow.
Yeah, you're right.
I think it was more than 250,000. I'm sorry. So.
Well, I'm sure they probably handled the count like they did for the Million Man March. Remember the disparity over the numbers for that. They kept insisting, there weren't anywhere near a million. I'm like, I was out there. There was more than a million. But, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So shout out to the organizers. I hope the weather cooperates and everything goes as planned.
That's probably why there's a storm tonight, to clear out what needs to be cleared out. And,
there you go.
It's March tomorrow.
All right.
I can't wait to hear the granddaughter speak. She speaks well to be so young.
She's very dynamic.
Yeah, it doesn't fall too far from the tree, as they say.
Yeah. It's got to be genetic or something, because that young lady, she is something else.
Yeah, I agree. She is. She truly is. Yep.
All right, Miss Yolanda Renee King. So come on with it, Miss Yolanda.
Yeah, she has her, that's her aunt's name, isn't it? Yeah, it's her aunt's name, Yolanda.
Yeah, I know one of Dr. King's daughters' name is Yolanda.
What's her name there after her, after she passed?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, well, you going down there tomorrow, Pop?
Oh, I'm debating it. I really am debating it.
Okay.
I do go. I'm gonna do early to get a good spot.
I went to the last anniversary. I was trying to remember, was it 50 or was it? I don't remember if they did one for 55. I think it was 50.
It was 50. Okay.
Yeah. I was down there for that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So how was it? Was it peaceful?
Yeah, it was very peaceful, crowded. Speeches were good.
What's up? All right. I hope we can continue to move forward, like they say.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? It wasn't in D.C. I think that was the one in Memphis. Okay. All right.
Okay.
We'll keep it moving. All right, Ketel. Over to you.
Chicago. City of Chicago. And this is interesting. They're suing Kia and Hyundai after over 7,000 cars were stolen last year. Months after the Illinois Attorney General demanded a national recall of the vehicles, The city has filed a suit claiming the automakers' failure to install safety features is putting a strain on the city. Oh. The city's complaint claims that Kia and Hyundai failed to equip cars sold between 2011 and 2022 with engine immobilizers and anti-theft technology. Most car manufacturers made it a standard feature over a decade ago, and the automakers have included it in the vehicles sold outside the country. But unfortunately, now I do remember the social media videos showed how to start those car models without a key went viral. I remember that. The suit also alleges that Kia and Hyundai deceptively assured consumers these vehicles possessed the quote-unquote advanced safety features despite knowledge of the critical defect of its consequences. Yeah, I remember that. Oh. The failure of Kia and Hyundai to install basic auto theft prevention technology in these models is sheer negligence, and as a result of citywide and nationwide crime spree around automobile theft. So the cops say they try to do the best they can as far as, they say as law enforcement, we are doing everything we can do to prevent these thefts, but these vehicles companies must also be held accountable. I don't blame them. You're right. I mean, that's just, you saying that these vehicles have that feature in it, and you charging me for it, I'm quite sure, but it's not there. So that sounds like some rebate to me. You know, charge me for something that's not in a vehicle. Come on now. If you ask for leather seats and you don't get leather seats, you get a cloth seat, something ain't right there. So
there you go.
Yeah. So
are they're claiming that they put the thing in the car, but they didn't?
Right. That's what they're advertising.
Okay.
That's what the car, the car features that. You know how you have your list of things that are on the vehicle, on the side of the vehicle. Yeah. They included that, but it's, I mean, for social media video to go viral to show you how to start a Kia or Hyundai, that's crazy. So.
Okay, so we got to put Kia on the kiss it list.
Yeah, using the USB, using the USB jack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when that was a thing. You know, they were talking about you can do it with a USB cord and all, and don't leave a USB cord exposed in your car and all that. I never watched that video. I didn't understand how that was a possible thing, but somehow they were doing it.
And everybody has a USB jack right there in the console. Damn near everybody in their car today.
Yeah. So I guess they said y'all are asking for it.
In the console. How?
I guess it's like putting a screwdriver in the ignition part. So I don't know how they do it. Yeah, it's just crazy. So kudos to Chicago for doing that. I mean, it sounds like they setting a precedent. I don't see why not. But you know, some insurance companies had stopped insuring those cars. I know State Farm had pulled out certain cities insuring it, and Chicago might be one of them. So, yeah, it's had too many claims. It was crazy. It was going crazy. So.
All righty. Well, now we know.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, shout out to Chicago and Kia. Welcome to the Kiss It list.
Okay. All right. Hello.
All right. Over to you, Poppa DD. What you got in focus?
Well, now, let's talk about the reduction of black people. Now, you got this guy named Harrison Williams, Prescott Floyd. Man got 4 names. Damn. Let me repeat that again. Harrison Williams, Prescott Floyd. Now, this man was, let me see, what title they gave him. He was, I'm reading down into some of his indictments here. He was the director of Black Voices for Trump. Now, is that such a fucking job? I mean, what was that on a LinkedIn or
who knows?
Or was that you know?
Some little group that got together with some.
He was the
people.
director of Black Voices for Trump. Now, these are the people that stand behind Trump with the signs and all, and they strategically put them right there so Trump can show some diversity. But if you flip that camera around the other way, you think you was in Alaska during a snowstorm. That's how white it is, okay? Now this man, for example, he was part of the 18 people that was indicted in Atlanta because he was one of the ones that, along with the young lady, I'm going to voice her name a little later. Out of 18 people, there were 2 blacks. Okay? And these are black folks. These are brown-skinned black folks, not light, bright, damn near white. 2 brown-skinned black folks. All right? Now, let's get on about this Harrison William Prescott Floyd. All right? He turned himself in to Fulton County Jail in Atlanta a week after being indicted, which was, I think he did it yesterday.
I don't know.
Day before, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
After we could be indicted along with the other Trump 17 others. Okay? Now, this is the problem with him. When he got there, see, when you get to court, they do a automatic warrant check on you, especially if you're black. It's like when the police pull you over. If you're a black male, they're going to see if you got any warrants. Anybody else? Tell you why they pulled you over, give you a ticket, yada, yada, yada. They just think for some reason that we got a damn warrant hiding some fucking where. You know what I mean? And anyway, but getting back to this here. So when they did a warrant check on him, the court record showed that Floyd, who's a former U.S. Marine and former, like I said, director of the Black Voices of Trump, was also arrested 3 months ago in Maryland on a federal warrant that accused him of aggressively confronting 2 FBI agents sent to serve him a grand jury subpoena. All right? Now, they wanted him to speak at the grand jury, which was probably the one, they don't say specifically what it was, but I'm sure it was probably the January 6th one. Mm-hmm. And he hassled them and all that jazz, never went to his subpoena to talk about, you know, what they wanted to know from him about January 6th. So they put a warrant out for him, okay? Mm-hmm. And the FBI went back to their hub because, you know, the warrant thing is more of a sheriff thing, you know? So after that situation, now the agent's affidavit that they filed in the U.S. District Court said that Floyd screamed and cursed and jabbed his finger in one of the FBI agent's face and twice chest bumped the agent in the stairwell. And this is all when they were trying to serve him a warrant. Now, my question is, when did this black man think he had so much goddamn power? Now, you've been hanging around Trump too fucking much. And like I said earlier, this is a brown-skinned black man. Okay? He ain't no light, bright, damn near white joker. Okay? This is a straight-up brown-skinned black man who's been hanging around Trump so long that he think that he could just chest bump one agent, put his finger in their face and all, and say, I'm not accepting your subpoena. Okay? Now, it said that Floyd finally backed down only when the second agent opened up his suit coat and revealed his holstered gun. That's when the brother finally came to his damn senses. Okay? Mm-hmm. So they left the subpoena, and they left. Now, he never showed up for the January 6th subpoena on him, so a warrant went out for his arrest. I guess he must have forgot about that. He gonna mosey his ass down there to Georgia like everybody else. Now, mind you, Trump left up there. Trump had 9 SUVs and 25 motorcycles escorting him, not to mention got off a private plane. Now, here's the black man that was the leader of the Blacks for Trump. Well, you ain't better than my black ass. So I don't know. You need to put the word some or certain black in front of that word black.
Yes, black voices.
A few blacks, not my black ass. You wasn't representing me. I wasn't a black voice for Trump. Anyway, getting back to that situation, until he goes down to the court like everybody else. The other guy, Meadows, what's the other guy? His chief of staff,
Mark Meadows. Everybody
went down there with their lawyered up. You know, they did the bond thing, yada, 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 set up their thing. Got out of there in about a half hour. This brother get there, they run a warrant check on his ass. They say, oh, you got a warrant. Plus, he had no lawyer. I guess he thought he going to walk in there, do what he had to do, and walk out. They held that motherfucker. He's still in jail now. Okay? They said, we got a warrant. Okay? You got a warrant. They held him in the jail. Now, Trump then flew back to New Jersey to his golf. Everybody that had their little suits on, Rudy Giuliani, everybody, all other 17 people that made a move. Now, you still up in there. So who cares about your black ass? Did Trump lay a couple dollars on you? Or say, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to hook you up. Did you even hear anything from Trump at all? I bet you last night when that man sat in that prison, he finally realized that his ass was still black. Still very black. Okay? Very, very black.
And dumb.
And dumb. Right, of course. So the records didn't disclose the purpose of his grand jury that they were seeking for him to testify at, and I said Friday, January 16th. But it was served during the months of the special counsel with Jack Smith, like I said, and they called the witness before the federal court, and he was supposed to be there, and he didn't. Okay. Now, on the heels of Floyd's May arrest in May on a charge of simple assault against the federal agent, Floyd got swept up into the sprawling Georgia case in which Trump was the situation when he was doing. He got put up in all that because he did some foul stuff to one of them ladies. Remember ladies at the voting booth and everything? He harassed them and everything. So it was crazy. Now, I'm going to go into this other young lady now. Her name is Trevant Truy, Kutti. She's a former publicist for Kanye West and R. Kelly. All right? Now, she already working with two jokers that are spotty and flaty and flighty, okay? This lady was going to people's houses and stuff, knocking on doors, harassing people on the other Trump trip as well, doing her thing, and she goes up there as well. She goes up there to the Trump situation also. She had a $75,000 bond on which she had to pay 10% of that to remain free pending trial. Her charges include the alleged violation of the racketeering, influence, and corrupting organized acts, conspiracy to commit solicitation, false statements, writing, influencing witnesses, knocking on doors, telling the two black ladies they would watch their back and everything. Now, you knocking on people's doors and threatening people for Trump? What the fuck is wrong? What is going on? Excuse my language. You and this other brother, what is wrong with y'all? So when you get a chance to look at the 18 people on the that they have on the little thing that got indicted for Georgia, you'll see two black people, okay? And that's his brother Harrison and the other lady, Miss Cooey. Now, my question to all this, to them too, is like, what the hell were y'all thinking? And now both of y'all have been indicted, waiting on trial. One is still in jail. This other girl, her reputation, your reputation was done when you was messing with Kanye West and R. Kelly.
There it is.
So now you done stepped in another pile of dog shit. So you're going to sit back and your young life, and she's a very attractive girl, mind you. Or maybe it's the makeup and whatever, I don't know. But it's so interesting how you just created the law and made a record for yourself based on following somebody that's not worth 2 cents. I guess we live and we learn, but what I'm looking for now to see the end results of these trials, because see, Trump is going to try to bevel his trial forever. You know, he'll be on the election and everything in November 2024 and probably won't go to trial yet for none of these joints, you know? But these two Negroes here, keep an eye on them, all right? Keep an eye on them to see how they got into what they got into from the very beginning and where they're going to end up with this particular situation. One, it's going to be a felony on your record, you know, so anytime you get indicted, it's a felony, not a misdemeanor. So, you know, What do you think? Were you bored? I mean, did Trump make you an offer you couldn't refuse? Did it come with free lunch or whatever? What did he offer you to make you just
lose your mind?
Lose your mind and get behind all that crap, you know? So, you know, and the next thing I want to focus on with this story, the continuation of this, was the debate situation. Let's get back on that for a second. Now, the first debate of the GOP primary turned into a pile of, what's the guy's name? Ramowski? I was practicing his name today. It's Vivek Ramoworski, something like that.
I can't say
if I'm saying it wrong, I don't give a damn. Anyway, he's a 30-year-old biotech entrepreneur. Man made a bunch of money. He talked about how parents was an immigrant and all this stuff and yada yada. Same old story. Yeah, my parents was an immigrant.
This is the Indian guy?
Yeah, I came over, blah, blah, blah. And then the man says the same line that Barack Obama said. You come up there with all your little teeth. You done spent $10,000 in the dentist to get your teeth nice and I've never seen whiter teeth in my damn life, okay? Teeth was all bridged and even, like he'd been wearing braces since he was 5 years old. You know, teeth was white and bright and bridged and all, you know, because you pay a dentist the right amount of money. Them specialists, shit, they'll get you right.
So what did he say now?
He said the exact line that Barack Obama said when he was debating along with Hillary Clinton. How, I know y'all wondering where this skinny guy with a weird last name came from. That was Barack's line. Mm-hmm. Now, why would you come in 15 years later and say the same thing he said? Do you have any kind of originality about your ass at all? Now, you driving Trump's ass, and he was kissing Trump's ass all night. Who would still support Trump if he was his hand went up like he was in third grade, knew the answer to the question. Hand just shot him like, well, damn. Yeah. He
was the one who said if he became president, he would pardon Trump.
Oh, yeah, right off the bat.
No problem.
Right off the bat.
Pardon him. I'm like, really? How many counts does Trump have now? Like 91?
But you know what, though?
Come on.
But see, this is what gets me. See, a lot of people like himself, and I'm just going to throw my own opinion on that, and I'll close after this. He's the kind of person that's been stockpiling his life, his whole life, doing and saying all the right things to position himself the way you position yourself. But see, on that show that night, he made a fool of himself because when the young lady came after him, you know.
Oh, Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley jumped in his ass. She said, "You know nothing about foreign policy in the shows."
Yes,
and then you had Chris Christie came in and called him a chat GPT, you know, which is one of the little things that talk.
AI stuff.
Yeah, AI stuff that talks for you. I mean, they just like, you left yourself so vulnerable. Shows that you've never been confronted around people that's old enough to be your parents and telling you like it is. And most people nowadays, a lot of people nowadays, like him, in their 30s, got that same attitude. No disrespect to you if you're in your 30s. I don't give a damn because I ain't there no more. 30s today ain't what 30s was in my time. So most of you are getting off easy. You're saying a bunch of shit you don't know. You don't respect your elders, most of you. Yes, that's a New York term. Yes.
You know, even Pence had something to say.
And Pence said it too, called him a rookie.
Yep.
We don't need to do on-the-job training.
That's right.
This man, for the first time in his millionaire life, then finally met three people, Christie, the young lady, and Pence. All three of them jumped in his ass. And he, with his integrity and his bright red tie and his white teeth, he was able to stand there with integrity and all and act like he wasn't, like, embarrassed as shit. You know, because he's got nothing to lose.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first debate.
They verbally spanked him.
And plus, he's got enough money to get in the debate. Because to get in that debate, you got to raise enough money. You have to position yourself.
And you have to have a certain percentage.
Yeah, you got to be. So he was able to manipulate all of his whatever investors or whatever he got going on. So he's a conniver from the door.
Oh, let me just add that I read he raised $450,000 the night right after the debate.
Yeah, because you got the tech people is they
like we said earlier, he does not stand a ghost of a chance.
No, not at all.
So where all this money that they're raising to do what? I don't get it. I feel like Ketel now. I'm like, I don't get it.
And the last thing I want to say, do you think that Trump will do any of the debates? Because he's seeing now that he can be totally absent from it, still make a presence. And there's another situation where you're not even working for what you're trying to get. And that's a goddamn Caucasian trait from the beginning. So now you've fallen right back into that same trait right out front in front of everybody. Hell, I don't even have to go to the debates. Shoot, they're saying my name. I still got 59% of the pop of the polls. See, there you go again. Not working for it, not earning it, and just doing your thing. And now he's selling all kinds of paraphernalia, mugs. And that picture was so staged where he got the mean look, and he's like, really, man, you're old ass has-been. You've been practicing that look all the way in Jersey, all the way on the train, and then you got in there. He said, yeah, they were very nice to me. They was nice to you because they probably took a couple pictures until you accepted the one you wanted to put out there. And that was the one you wanted to sell.
That they're selling his mug shot.
No, he's selling, not there. He's selling.
When I say they, I mean his team. They are selling cups,
T-shirts,
bags, T-shirts,
bumper stickers,
fly, whatever. Anything they can print that mug shot on.
All in one night.
I'm so disgusted.
Saying never surrender, but you had to surrender your ass up there before you went to jail.
Yeah, you surrendered in Georgia. So what are you talking about?
Anyway.
That's another lie.
So anyway, stay tuned. We're going to keep you abreast of all this because that was a night of
That was a circus. That whole day was just a circus.
And
Trump and his caravan, that debate, it was just a circus.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Do you believe Sarah Palin came out the woodwork? I saw her online.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Lord. What's she talking about?
She was talking the same crap. I guess, they're feeding it to her as well. So,
who's she backing? She behind Trump?
Who you think? Yeah.
Of course
talking
she
the same language. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You need to go back out in her backyard and look at Russia.
They don't know the New York, New Jersey, Atlantic City Trump I know. Okay, they know the new guy or whatever he's projecting, but anyway.
All right, we're going to take a break and regroup, and then we're coming back with a much-needed cocktail of the week with Ketel on the what is this? On the Cocktail of the Week show, on the Pajama Party. I'm going to get it right. We'll be right back.
You're in the right place at the right time. It's the Pajama Party. www.apajamaparty.com. Produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Don't just sit there yelling at the air. You've got an opinion? We want to hear it too. Dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306. Don't let us have all the fun by ourselves. We've got room for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Operators are standing by. Well, they're lounging on pillows, but they're waiting for your calls. So call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Oh, you want to throw pillows?
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. And it's now time for Ketel and the cocktail of the week. Take it away, Ketel. What you got for us?
All right. Well, this is going to make a batch of drinks. This is called the Bermuda Rum Sizzle. The Rum Sizzle is the national drink of Bermuda. Wow. Rum Sizzle recipes vary, but most have 3 ingredients in common: rum, fruit juice, and a sweetener like grenadine. So it's common for sizzles to contain multiple rums and juices, and adding flavor and complexity to the drink. So this recipe is made in a pitcher and serves 4 people. So our ingredients include 4 ounces of Gosling's Black Seal rum, also 4 ounces of the Gosling Gold Seal rum, 8 ounces of orange juice, freshly squeezed, of course, 8 ounces of pineapple juice, 3/4 ounces of grenadine, 6 dashes of the bitters, and we're going to garnish it with cherries, orange slices, and pineapple wedges. So fill a pitcher a third of the way with crushed ice, then add the 2 rums, orange juice, pineapple juice, and the grenadine, and the bitters, of course. Churn vigorously with a swizzle stick or a bar spoon until frothy. And fill 4 rock glasses with fresh ice and divide the contents of the pitcher between the glasses. And, of course, we're going to garnish it with the cherries, the orange slices, and the pineapple wedges. And this is called the Bermuda Rum Sizzle.
All right. That thing sounds kind of potent. All those different rums.
I know, and you lay it out. But I guess the orange juice and the pineapple juice are going to help cut it. And, of course, the bitters, so it won't be too potent.
I don't know. Time you add all that rum. No, you're going to be laid out.
Conversation, yeah. I mean, all these conversation of your boy 45, we're going to need something like this.
Yeah, you're right about it. All right, Ketel, thank you so much. And we'll make sure to update the website with the Bermuda Rum Sizzle. And we're going to go back to you, Poppa DD, for What's Poppin'.
What's poppin'?
So what's poppin'?
What's poppin'? I just want to, send my condolences out to another mass shooting that took place in California not long ago. A couple of days ago, as a matter of fact. It was up in Orange County, California, at a place called Cook's Corner Bar. It's in a place in an area called Tribeca Canyon, California, if I'm saying that right. Tribeca Canyon, California. 4 people, including the gunman, were killed. 6 people was wounded. All right, now the perpetrator was an ex-Ventura police officer. All right? I'm not going to say no names. Just going to tell the story. 59-year-old gentleman went up to the bar to kill his ex-wife. Now, ex-wife. Wasn't even his wife, it was ex-wife, so I don't know what was going on with that. He traveled to the bar from Ohio, okay, to kill his estranged wife. So apparently, I don't know what was up with that, but anyway, she didn't get killed. She was shot, but she's recovering, I guess. But police reports of the shooting, it happened on the 23rd around between 6:30 and 7 o'clock Western time or Pacific Standard Time. Estimated over 50 police got on the scene. But just to give you the rundown of things going on here, now, like I said, it happened at Cook's Corner motorcycle bar, basically, 23rd. The type was a mass shooting. The weapons, now listen to the weapons that were gathered after it was all over of the shooting that went on. These are the weapons they found on the scene. A .380 caliber pistol, a .38 caliber revolver, a .25 caliber pistol, and a 12-gauge shotgun. These are all the guns that was recovered when everybody got done shooting at everybody. All these guns were recovered. And the end result, 4 people died, including the perpetrator, 6 injured, and they don't know what the motive of it was. He shot her girlfriend. I don't know whether they were involved in a relationship or it was just a girlfriend, but the man came all the way up from Ohio and knew the night she was going to be there. They had something that night called Spaghetti Night. Mm-hmm. It was $8 for all the spaghetti you can eat. And, it seemed like a pretty friendly bar, and it just, you know, when somebody comes in with intentions, it just, you know, it just reminds you of, I don't know if you saw a movie called The Bronx Tale, when a gangster got killed in a bar. And he said everybody was having fun, but the one guy that was going to kill the mafia boss in that bar on the movie The Bronx Tale. But, you know, it's just so sad today. Things that happen or why they happen or people's rage based on relationships and things like that and how far people take it. And for this man to drive all the way from Ohio to California. You know, I mean,
that's a lot of rage.
This man had a lot on his mind, and he's dead now. But I just wanted to put that out there because getting the details of the story and just freaking everybody out that night and being the fact it was spaghetti night, the place was packed with people. I'm sure, you know, people are going to be, you know, have trauma for the rest of their life. So just want to bring that out there.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I saw an article about that. They said that place, even though people saw it like as a biker bar, it was a very family-friendly place.
Oh, yeah.
People used to go there for spaghetti night. They bring the kids, you know, families and stuff. So, yeah, that was crazy.
And that one person was raised. They didn't care about who was there. He was specifically going after that woman, and that was his mission. But anyway.
Yeah, that was crazy.
God bless him.
All right. First weird news. So this is interesting. I think y'all like this one. This one's out of New Jersey. New Jersey officials seek flying suspect following wild power outage. This one is out of Sayersville, New Jersey. Police have named an unlikely culprit that they believe caused an outage in New Jersey community earlier this month. A power outage that cut electricity to a New Jersey community a week ago was due to an unlikely culprit, a fish that was apparently dropped by a bird, landed on a transformer. Who would have thunk it? Sayersville police said that Jersey Central Power and Light Company workers were working on August the 12th on the outage that cut power to a large area of lower Sayersville, found a fish on the transformer in the New Jersey community southwest of New York, Staten Island. We were guessing a bird dropped it as it flew over, police said on their Facebook page. In a later post, they had a bit of fun, asking readers to remember the fish as the victim in this senseless death, dubbing him as Gilligan, and calling him a hard-working family man and father to thousands. The fish. Okay. The suspect, they said, was last seen flying south, and readers were urged not to try to apprehend him because although he's believed to be armed, he may. So they were just having fun with it at that point. Jersey Central Power and Light Company spokesperson Chris Honig said animals, usually squirrels, are a common cause of power outages, but fish are not on the list of frequent offenders. He said an osprey was probably to blame for the outage that affected 2,100 Sayersville customers for about 2 hours. So there you have it. A fish dropped by a bird. That's who did it.
Okay, where was this again?
This was in Sayersville, New Jersey, which is just southwest of Staten Island, New York.
Okay. Right.
I know that bird was mad. He dropped that fish. That was probably dinner.
Probably so. Mm.
All right.
All right.
What's up next?
Let me see. I am. Okay, let's see. Toronto Zoo asked guests to please stop showing the gorillas their cell phones. I wonder why. The Toronto Zoo has taped a sign to the gorilla enclosure that reads, "For the well-being of gorilla troops, please refrain from showing them any videos or photos as some content can be upsetting and affect their relationship and behavior within their family." Wow. Even though gorillas are some of the most intelligent mammals on Earth, and they have demonstrated a range of abilities, including memory and attention and all that, they are still capable of becoming slaves to cell phones, just like humans. Really? The Toronto Zoo Director of Wildlife Conservation and Welfare told the Toronto Star that one of their gorillas, named Narcy, was becoming addicted to seeing videos. We've had a lot of members and guests that actually will put their phones up to the glass and show him videos. And Nazar is so into those videos. It was causing him to be distracted and not interacting with other gorillas. Wow. They said if you want to do something useful with your cell phone, you can donate the old one to the zoo, and they'll turn them into money to help maintain the animals. In the meantime, don't show gorillas at the zoo your cell phone. They just get hooked. Okay.
That is wild. So the gorillas were getting hooked on watching people's videos, like TikTok and Instagram and stuff?
I guess so.
So who knew?
Who knew?
Okay.
So if you're at Toronto Zoo, don't show them your video. Your phone.
All right, Poppa DD. Don't show the gorillas your cell phone videos. You get them hooked on the videos.
They go back to the human entity. When you go back and see where humans started. The gorilla and ape have that stance and everything. So
it makes sense. If you can teach a gorilla sign language, it makes perfectly good sense. How long does it take?
How young are kids picking up on cell phones? 2, 3 years old? They learn how to swipe. Their fingers got the right swipe mode to it, where you hit the little palm of your finger. They got the perfect fingers for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, this story is kind of interesting. It's kind of derogatory, This is a restaurant in Israel, and a place called Hulan, or Holland, not Holland, there's no W, so it's Hulan, Israel, a place called Gordo's. And they're serving chocolate ice cream inside of a real toilet. And you see, there's a picture here of the young people laughing.
Oh no!
And they're calling the actual dessert a name that's kind of derogatory to the Jewish community, which I'm not even going to repeat. So I don't know whether or not they're being rebellious toward them or they don't care. And the people I'm seeing in the picture seem to be of a younger nature. So it's so interesting how they have put this in here, and people are lined up to buy this, and they get it in a toilet, which is so weird.
It's in a toilet?
It's in a toilet, yeah. It's actually in a toilet, a real toilet. And it's chocolate ice cream, and they call it something that has to do with some type of Sacramento kind of language over there in Israel, and I don't know what makes these people think it's some kind of joke or something, but it just go to show you that a generation twice removed or 3 times removed from a generation that paid the dues of generations past, they don't have the concern or the ability to see what their ancestors have been through.
Yeah.
That they'll make jokes about stuff just to get a laugh, and everything being so internet oriented and so TikTok oriented and YouTube oriented, people want to get more laughs and more whatever, instead of knowing their history. So it's interesting. But the main story is the fact is that they're serving chocolate ice cream in a toilet, and they're using a derogatory word that has to do with the Jewish faith that I would definitely not repeat. So, anyway.
But why would anybody even want to eat chocolate ice cream out of a toilet?
Yeah, that's because, like I said, it's all for laughs.
I don't care what you call it, but why would you even
I'm sure the toilet is clean, but, they think it's for laughs, but there's nothing funny about it. That whole situation. There's nothing funny about that at all.
That's crazy. People, like you said, people do some crazy
Well, that's because they think 1,000 people are laughing at them, and they got 500. They got let's say 5,000 likes. you know how people with the likes and the, whatever that means. If 5,000 likes, if 5,000 people give me $1, that'd be cool. Then I would know they actually like me because they gave me $5,000 altogether. But I can't get $1 a piece from all the people that's liking me. So what's the point? But anyway.
Okay.
I don't want to digress.
Well, that wraps up the weird news. We are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with I'm Just Saying on the other side of the break. It's the Pajama Party Show.
This is the Pajama Party on Blog Talk Radio. The Pajama Party is produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment at www.dchomegrown.com. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party Crew and you. So pick up the phone and dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306. And tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved just for you at the Pajama Party, so call us now. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Log on to www.apajamaparty.com and click the Listen Live banner or call 914-803-4306. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Is it tea time, darling?
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right. We have Redwine, but I'm just saying. Take it away, Redwine.
Merci beaucoup. I'm just saying, y'all didn't think this through. Now, there was a flyer circulating on Facebook advertising a drawing for a semi-automatic rifle to support victims of domestic violence. Now, just let that sink in for a minute, okay? A drawing for a gun to raise money for domestic abuse victims. I'm just saying, y'all didn't think that through. Not at all. Now, there was a Louisiana police officer who came disturbingly close to raffling off an AR-15 style rifle this week, was when this was occurring, in a misguided attempt to support victims of domestic violence. Fortunately, the effort was smacked down after activists in the St. Tammany Parish spotted the flyer advertising tickets on social media, and they got the whole thing shut down. Now, the flyer had a picture of a Core rifle and a smiling portrait of Lieutenant Patrick Casnavi, who is an officer with the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office, who was also described in quotes as a superhero for domestic violence nonprofit. Right. I'm just saying, y'all didn't think this through. Now, the flyer said Core AR-15, valued at $800. Tickets are just $10 each, or get 3 for $25. Now, there was a woman named Miss Weatherly who saw the ad and called the number that was on the flyer. She spoke to Sergeant Carly Messina, who was another officer at the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office. Now, Miss Weatherly tried to explain exactly how inappropriate this whole raffle seemed to her. But she says that she was told, oh, don't worry about it, it's mostly aimed at law enforcement and their family and their friends. So basically, the officer, Messina, just tried to blow her off. And again, I'm just saying, they did not think this through. Even if you say it's aimed at law enforcement officers and their friends and family, you still didn't see the problem in this? A gun to raise money for domestic violence victims? Come on, dude. How can you think that this is a good idea? So during the discussion about the raffle, Ms. Weatherly said that Officer Messina tried to shift attention away from the raffle by arguing that alcohol also contributes to domestic violence. Like, dude, really? As if that made the idea of raffling an AR-15 to try to help squash domestic violence, raise money for domestic violence, prevention or something. Like, talking about alcohol being a problem is like that's going to make it okay. It doesn't. That was just a bonehead officer making a boneheaded comment. But the idea of raffling a gun trying to curb violence, like I said, it makes no sense at all. It's a tone-deaf response to a serious problem. And ultimately, the flyer did get removed from Facebook, but the law enforcement officers didn't see a problem with this at all. And they had no idea that they had done anything inappropriate. And come to find out, they've done this kind of thing before to raise money for different things, or they've auctioned off these kind of guns. I don't get it. With all the gun violence on the street, why would law enforcement officers provide an auction to put a semi-automatic weapon on the street? I just don't follow. I don't follow. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying putting more guns on the street to solve the problem of violence is not only illogical, it is insane. They could not have possibly thought this through. No way possible. That's all I'm saying. That to me is just straight crazy. But that's Louisiana. In that particular parish, they thought it was a great idea. I call it crazy.
Sounds
but
like
anyway, man.
That's what they do down there.
Oh, Lord, they got me on that one. I was like, are you serious? For real? Oh, God. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Poppa DD and Living for the City. I got to go throw some cold water on my face. These people, I tell you.
Living just enough for the city.
Okay, but why are we doing Stevie Wonder? I thought we were doing Pajama Party.
Well, I was talking about my little one of my segments of Living for the City.
Join the party.
Now you ride me.
That's every Friday night at 9. Pajama Party. No clothes allowed.
Ketel and Redwine step on my parade. I had the mic first. And they're coming in just trying to,
It's my turn.
She gonna sing.
What number to call?
Call us at 914
803
4306
and press 1.
And press 1 to be put into the queue. And say what you have to say. You can read off what we're talking about. Come up with a new subject of your own. We're easy. We're liberal. We're easy. Eastern time. We're here at 9 p.m. Friday nights. At 6 o'clock. West Coast. And maybe 7 o'clock in the mountains, or in the
7 in the mountains.
Around Michigan,
8 o'clock Central.
Michigan and New Orleans and all that. We're like an hour back.
Yeah.
But 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
9:15 CP time.
CP time 9:15.
Don't be late when you listen to us. It is 9 o'clock on the dot.
That's right. Every Friday night.
We'll see you there.
Goodbye. Hi, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One who's Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. And now it's time for Poppa DD and Living for the City. What's happening in the city, Poppa DD?
Well, now the next election, debate is what, September?
I don't know.
27th, I think, something like that. I think it's September. But the question is, what do we expect from that? Okay? Now, first of all, Trump's not going to be there. Okay? Because I think he likes the view from the outside. And he sees right now he has no competition. So, the one thing I want to focus on is the gentleman the other night, how you pronounce his name? Ramowaski?
Is that it?
Ramawami? The news people seem to have it down. People saying, "Ballet, right, Rami?" I was practicing earlier, had it down pretty good. Anyway, he made a comment today that made sense that night. That made sense, pissed people off because he didn't want to contribute to the Ukraine. He didn't want to give no more money to Ukraine. But he said something that was really interesting that touched home with me a little bit. And he said, why don't we give money to these poor areas and he said the south side of Chicago, and he said the Kensington section of Philadelphia, which blew my mind. I'm like, wow, where'd that come from? Because I'm familiar with the Kensington area of Philadelphia, and that's been like a drug, whew, Lord. Man, that's Zombieville. Now, I don't know whether he saw a documentary last week or something and did his homework or something like that, you know? See, you never know. See, these guys are so full of shit, you don't know what to believe, you know what I mean? And, but when he said that, it was interesting. But the one thing that I must say that I didn't like about that debate at all is that my question is this here. You're going to have enough opinions from people that's watching it or listening to it or whatever. Why did they need an audience there? Why was that necessary? We did not need the theatrics, and I think going forward with the next debate, we do not need the theatrics of an audience, especially an audience that's pro-Republican or pro-Trump. Because when they were announcing everybody, they were booing, Chris Christie and booing this one and then yaying for this one and booing that one. I'm like, well, what, did we need that? We didn't even need that. This is the debate a year and some months before the election. So it's really just to get people's opinion on what we may think about them. This really had no strong significance. And what people sit in the audience and how they felt, you're going to put 3,000 people, mostly Republican, in that audience who was still pro-Trump. And, can we for 1 minute have an environment where Trump supporters is not the main subject, where somebody can get another word in edgewise? That's why everybody's doing the same thing now. Everybody's saying what they got to say. Because when people know that the audience is of a certain nature or a certain bias, that's why some of the people talking the way they were talking. Tim Scott, the way he was talking, the Indian guy, the way he was talking. The only people that had their own opinion was the guy on the end, the ex-governor from Arkansas, Chris Christie, the young lady. They were the only three that was, doing their own thing. All the rest of them was Republican business as usual and, support Trump, wave your hand. Trump got locked up. I was still, yeah. I mean, if you're going in like that, how are you going to win against somebody that's a front runner when you kissing his ass? Do we kiss the people's ass we competing with? I'm trying to figure that out because I'm boggled by that. How does Tim Scott, a black man, expect to tread any waters if he keeps swimming around the sharks of Trump? You need to break away from that and try to your job is to pull some black people over to you. That's what you need to be pulling. You need to be like a dentist, going in there and pulling out cavities and shit. I don't understand how you're not using your blackness. You're coming on more as a senator, a Republican senator, as opposed to a black man. And the first thing we see you, that's all and hell, as chocolate as his ass is, hell, if he didn't have a suit on and he went to a damn Klan rally, they'd be all over his ass. So what makes you think that because you're a senator, you talking all suburban and proper, that somebody's judging you anything when they see your chocolate ass skin? All they see is black man. You may have on the blue suit, the white shirt, and the red tie like everybody else, but that don't mean shit once you put that sweatsuit on Saturday and you speeding down the highway and a cop pull your ass over. He ain't going to know who you are until you pull out an ID saying that you're Tim Scott, senator from South Carolina. So it's not going to change. So what are you trying to be on stage that you got to represent when you in your sweatsuit on the weekend. I don't get it. So, like I said, and I said earlier, and I'll close on this, everybody on that stage needs to start being who they are and tell the public who they want to be and get that audience out of the stadium or the auditorium or wherever they were at, because we don't need to hear cheers or boos. It ain't that kind of party. If they were fighting, we could be at home in the living room clapping and yelling and screaming, but to have an audience say yay for this person and no for this one, we're not going to be led by the audience. The audience is actually overpowering your microphones. They had to stop them a few times. They turned around. Remember, the commentators turned around and said, look, we don't need people. Well, if you don't need them to do shit, then kick them the fuck out. They don't need to be in the auditorium from the beginning.
That's simple. Why
are they there? You know, when they induced everybody in the beginning. Chris Christie, he was like, smiling, boo. Like, what the fuck? Chris Christie said, damn. Ready to talk, and the first thing I'm getting is booed by a bunch of Milwaukee yahoos? What the hell? What is that? What is that purpose? Or somebody made a little money. What they charged to get in? Was there tickets you had to buy for the joint? Was there a promoter? It's always a goddamn promoter trying to make money, right? So, what are you going to do? Anyway, I just feel like everybody should do their own thing to try to position themselves. And when you got debates, get the audience out the room, because we don't need to hear they yelling, they screaming, they boo. We don't give a damn who they going for. We're trying to draw opinions on our own. Anyway, that's it.
I did find the audience distracting.
Very distracting.
Sometimes they were making so much noise
when
the candidates were speaking. And you're trying to listen through what they were doing. But I will say this on the topic of the debate. I feel that those two people, I don't know their names, the man and the woman that were the, whatever you call them, the commentators or something, they were horrible. They could not rein in the candidates. When those candidates started fighting with one another and talking all over each other, going over time and all, at one point it just became like a free-for-all, and they couldn't do anything. And I was like, man, y'all need to take control.
They need Anderson Cooper from CNN.
Exactly. Anderson wouldn't have gone with that. Anderson would have been like, we're going to have to turn off your mic if you don't get with it.
And who's the brother from NBC on Evening News?
Lester Holt.
Lester Holt.
Oh,
yeah.
See, Lester doesn't play. But these two jokers, they were up there, well, excuse me, we're going to need you. We need, no, everybody can't talk at one time. I was like, man, y'all are amateur.
Yeah.
Anywho, all right. What are we doing? We going to take a break, or are we going to the Hollywood wrap-up?
We need a break after that. Yeah, we need a break.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with the Hollywood wrap-up and Ketel on the Pajama Party Show.
You're listening to the Pajama Party late-night adult talk show. We've added a new segment to the show called the Kiss It List. Every week, we put people on this list who have done dumb stuff or have been irritating or just gotten on our or your nerves. So we call them out and put them on the Kiss It List, and we tell you why. If you have somebody you want to add to our Kiss It List, hit us on Twitter at @PajamaParty and use hashtag #KissIt, and we'll add them to the list. If you prefer to email your contenders, send them to info@apajamaparty.com. We'll call them out every Friday night at the end of the show, so get those names in. Now, let's get back to the Pajama Party Crew and more of the show. DJ, would you mind turning it up a notch? Oh, how rude. Oh, you're on the Kiss It list.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One, your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Woo! It's time for Ketel and the Hollywood wrap-up. Come on, Poppa DD, what you got to say?
No, that's the Tonight Show. Hollywood, Hollywood. Take it away, Ketel.
All right. Well, before I get into the Hollywood wrap-up, I wanted to tell you the names of the commentators, Republican debate, Brett Baer and Martha McCallum. They're on the Fox News. I'm familiar with the guy, but the lady I'm not. But
Brett Baer and Martha.
Mark Cullen.
Washington.
Matt Cullen.
McCullum.
Mac. Yeah, McCullum. Mm-hmm. Got
Okay.
too many C's and too many L's. MaccAllum. McCullum.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
I'm putting them on the kiss it list.
Okay. I knew that's what you're going to do. Okay. All right. That's what's up.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right. Singer Melba Moore is the latest performer to see her star unveiled on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Her career has spanned 6 decades. Read my word, 6 decades. But with this honor, Moore says she is truly humble. At 77, she remains active in the music world. Her latest album, yes indeed, kudos to her. Her latest album, Imagine, was released last year. Wow, okay.
Oh,
Moore has earned 4 Grammy nominations, and I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said I didn't know she had a new album out. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was released last year. Moore has earned 4 Grammy nominations, and she won a Tony Award for her work in Hurley on Broadway. Everybody knows that. Her talent and her big heart brought out several famous friends. Freda Payne, Thelma Houston, Tisha Campbell, and the famous Cat Williams. Matter of fact, Cat Williams, he put up the $77,000 she needed to get the star. He goes on to say, as a young man with a mustache growing up in Daytona, Ohio, I thought that Melba Moore exemplified the elegance, grace, dignity, and strength of the black woman. All right, Williams. You ain't too bad yourself. Okay, all right. I'll give you 2 of those, Cat. Also in the news, Hollywood news, Ozzy Brothers is headed to court over a band name trademark. Wow. Okay. It has been revealed that the Ozzy Brothers will be heading to court over the rights to the Ozzy Brothers band name. The brothers, Rudolph and Ronald Isley, have been in a legal dispute over owning the rights to their band's name since earlier this year. In a ruling handed down on Wednesday, Judge Durkin refused to dismiss Randolph's lawsuit against Ronald. In the lawsuit, Rudolph has accused his brother Ronald of improperly attempting to register an individual trademark on the name the Isley Brothers. Rudolph believes they should each own half of the rights equally. Okay, makes sense. So in 2021, Ronald sent an application to the U.S. Patent Trademark Office seeking rights to the Isley Brothers trademark. It was officially registered in 2020, August. Early this year, Rudolph and Ronald seeking a full accounting and a payment from Ronald equaling 50% of the proceeds made from the Isley Brothers name. Okay. So Ronald's attorneys had argued that Rudolph surrendered any control over the name upon leaving the band. Therefore, the case should be tossed. Due to the case's unique circumstances, the judge denied Ronald's motion and decided that the case could move to trial. Wow. As everybody knows, they started back in 1954, and I am truly surprised that they didn't trademark the name, way before now. But I don't know. It's just strange. So I would like to follow that case. See what.
Okay.
And to me, I think he's equal. He should get the 50%. I mean, why not? I mean, that's his name, so he carried that name for a long time, even though he decided to leave. Okay. All right, moving on. Kevin Hart is in a wheelchair. Do you believe that? He is 44 years old. He challenged a former NFL running back to a foot race, and he said that wasn't a good idea. Kevin Hart learned that lesson the hard way. Yep. He posted a video on Instagram saying that it's something that he shouldn't have done. He's over 40. He's in shape, but, I mean, you trying to outrun somebody that's done this half of their life. Come on now. Doesn't make sense. So he had tore his abdomen. Crazy.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
He think he is. I know. He think he is truly fit. So sit down, Kevin Hart. I'm sorry. You're just doing too much.
Oh, he is sitting down now in that wheelchair.
Yeah. So hopefully have a speedy recovery. But I don't know. You might go on the kiss list tonight. I don't know.
He's
Flo
on there.
Rida, the rapper. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I said he's on there.
Okay. Flo Rida, the rapper, and to put him on the Kiss It list as well. He was crowd surfing an infant at one of his concerts. This video shows the baby being passed between different people in the crowd before making its way to Flo Rida, who holds him while singing and passes him the microphone. It also appears that the artist was sitting on someone's shoulders in the middle of the crowd. And another video shows the Flo Rida hosting the baby above his head. Come on, people. First of all, who brings a baby to a concert? And second of all, why are you hosting this baby and tossing him around? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
All of them need to go sit down somewhere. Okay. On a social media clip this week, Grammy Award winner, singer, and songwriter revealed that she was officially enrolled as a student. This is Fantasia. She's going to Central State University. This is a HBCU college in Ohio. So kudos to Fantasia. She said she's doing business, as an artist, so she's going to school for business administration. So kudos to her.
Okay. Good for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good for her. Also, unfortunately, just found this information out tonight. The gentleman called Ron, let me make sure I'm pronouncing his last name, Cephas Jones, Emmy winner for This Is Us. He died at 66. He played the father of Sterling K. Brown. His name is Ron Cephas Jones. Right. An admired actor in New York theater and on television shows, like I said, including This Is Us. He also played the, what other movie he played in? He was a drug addict. Can't remember the name of the movie now. It's going to come back to me. But, he was a writer and creator of This Is Us. He posted that Mr. Jones, that he passed, he was 66 years old. So his name is Ron Cephas Jones. Okay. And last but not least, Al Green, he is putting out new music after 5 years. Soul legend Al Green released a new single, Perfect Day. So check it out. 5 years in the making. So, yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said Al Green?
Right. Al Green is putting out new music.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Reverend, or should I say Reverend Al Green?
Okay. I was just trying to make sure I heard you right. Like, wait, did you say Al Green is putting out new music?
Al Green? Okay. Yes, he is. All right. Do it for Al Green.
What is it? Is it gospel? Is it like R&B, soul? What is it?
Perfect Day. I'm not sure. Let me see.
Oh, that's what
I'll
it's
let
called?
you know about it. Perfect Day. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Ketel. Well, thank you so much. Ketel
Okay,
had all
welcome.
the info tonight.
All right.
Good stuff. All right. Let's see. I guess we can take a break, and then we're going to come back with the Kiss It list. because I'm sure we got plenty tonight. Woo! We got so many tonight. We got to get them all in. We're going to take a quick break and come back and talk about the Kiss It list.
Hey, this is Poppa DD. Join me on Friday nights live at the Pajama Party, adult online radio talk show. And don't miss my segments called Living for the City and What's Poppin'.
Hey, and join me. This is Redwine with the long stem, and I've got the hot topics in my commentary called I'm Just Saying. And don't forget, the cocktail of the week for me, Ketel with the yellow top. I got the Hollywood wrap-up along with Weird News. And don't forget, we've got the Kiss It list. That's for the people who get on our last nerves and who want us to call them out.
So join us on Blog Talk Radio for the Pajama Party.
Every Friday night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast and 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Go to apajamaparty.com to listen online or follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty. Call us live, 914-803-4306. And don't forget to press 1.
Now let's get back to the show.
Hey, what happened to the snack tray or the bartender?
Does he want to see my slippers?
I'll call it room service.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel. You there, Ketel? Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. I was trying to check out the new song by Al Green, Perfect Day. It seemed like it's a remake. It's a remake by Lou Reed, 1972 classic, Perfect Day. So he's talking about wine and some other stuff. So I think it's on R&B. I think it's gospel.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't ran that church gamut, I guess. Taking a break.
Interesting.
Go at the bar, have a rum and coke, whatever. Hey, okay.
All right. Well, Poppa DD.
Hey, let's talk about the rum and coke.
You still on that rum and coke?
Yes, I am.
I stopped drinking that years ago.
Ketel's still messing with it. All right, Poppa DD, can you tell everybody what is the world famous Pajama Party Kiss It list?
The Kiss It list is everybody showed their butt hiney over the last week or so, made a fool of themselves, and we're going to put them on the Kiss It list, and we got a song for them and everything. First people I wanted to put on there is everybody but, in the debate, everybody but the Arkansas governor, Chris Christie, and I'm not going to Pence opened up a little bit when he was talking to that young boy. He opened up because he was usually Mr. Conservative.
We don't have time for training on the job.
And everybody else. Nikki Haley, you're right. Mickey Haley. 1, 2, 3.
Nikki did a good job.
4. The other 4 can go pound sand.
Put them on the Kiss It list.
Yeah. And our girl, of course, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, yeah.
All the rest.
She was down there in Texas when Trump went to turn himself in. She went down there trying to give remarks and say something unnecessary.
Texas or
I'm sorry, not Texas, Atlanta.
She went to Atlanta?
Yeah.
Jeez.
She was down there. Like somebody needed her.
He just got a bunch of followers.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you. Anyway, put Trump's ass on there. In the
driver's seat. He's on there. And whoever on his team is pushing the sale of his mug shots on all that paraphernalia.
Bumper stickers. And that picture was so staged, like the mean look. I mean, you 77-year-old has been.
And can we talk about Trump lying about his weight being 215?
God, yeah, put that down there.
I'm like, you's a lying
Trump is
liar,
265 all day.
At least 250. For him to say 215, stop your lying.
I'm saying 265.
I said a minimum of 250. And that's on a day when you don't eat all day.
At my age, I knew 265 when I see it, and that's it.
I'm saying even if he went hungry all day, he still would be at least 250 plus.
Yeah, what do you think it was, 215?
215.
Yeah,
because they allowed him to fill out that intake sheet in advance
And he put
they didn't do the usual.
And he
when
said
you
his
get
hair
there,
color was blonde or
strawberry blonde. His hair color was listed as strawberry blonde.
Yeah, okay.
Who does that?
Is that before or after the Grecian formula?
Oh, man, that's why Trump is all over the Kiss It list. I want to put FedEx on the Kiss It list for firing that brother DeMontario Gibson. We covered that story last week. This is the brother from FedEx that was delivering packages, and these two white guys, father and son, chased him in their vehicles and then shot at him.
Mm-hmm.
Shot the vehicle, shot some packages in his vehicle. He went to court. The judge dismissed the case. And
no, it was a mistrial.
Yeah, they called it a mistrial, so the whole thing got dismissed. And now FedEx has fired him. FedEx says, hey, we tried to offer him a different position within the company, but the problem is that he's still under medical care. So his lawyer is saying, this man is still under the care of a physician. Why are you trying to press him to accept a job elsewhere in the company? He's not ready to return to work while he's under medical care. So FedEx was like, well, if you're not ready to come back to work, then we're going to fire you.
Yeah, they didn't want to deal with the whole thing.
Exactly.
The fact that that case involved somebody shooting, FedEx don't want to. And plus, FedEx, you know what FedEx is glad about? That they didn't have none of their trucks on the scene. He was driving them, what, a U-Haul?
A rental car or something.
Probably a Pensy or something like that.
Yeah, some kind of rented car.
That's why they shot his ass. They thought he was trying to rob some house or something.
So FedEx is on the list. Who else? Kia. We got to put Kia, the car company, on the list. And what was that for again, Ketel?
For not putting the anti-theft things in the car. So many cars got stolen. About 7,000 cars got broken into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So that's why Kia's on the list. That man, that brother.
Kia and Hyundai. Hyundai ain't got it either.
Yeah.
I'm a Hyundai guy.
And Hyundai.
I'm a Hyundai guy and a Kia guy, and neither one of them got that protection.
We got Harrison Floyd with all his other names.
But that ain't what I told the insurance company. I said, yeah, I got all that good shit. Give me a discount.
We got Harrison Floyd. A what rider?
Flo Rida? A rapper?
Flo Rida, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, what was he doing? Baby surfing?
Tossing babies around on concerts. Crazy. Mm-hmm. And the parents of the baby who had a baby there at the concert. So.
There you go. Harrison Floyd, that's that black guy who got indicted with Trump, who's sitting in jail now because he went down there with no lawyer.
Well, he had a warrant anyway.
Yeah, he was just stupid.
Don't forget the young lady too.
Yeah, whatever her name is, Cootie, whatever her name is. The other black woman that got indicted.
Trevant Cootie. Kutti. Cuddy.
I want to call her Cootie, but Cuddy probably. She's on the list. I have Officer Messina. He's the cop who spoke with the lady about raffling the AR-15s to raise money for domestic violence. That was just crazy. We got Brett Bayer and Martha McCullen, those lame Fox commentators that were officiating the Republican debate last night. And
the audience at the debate for not shutting the hell up.
Yeah, that too. And I got Kevin Hart for just being stupid enough to challenge a football player to a foot race. I don't know what was on his mind. Do we have anybody else? Anybody else, Ketel? Are we missing anybody?
No, I think that's it.
All right, Poppa DD, last call. Anybody else? You said Marjorie Taylor Greene, right?
Yeah, your girl.
Oh, let me call out specifically Florida Governor DeSantis, just for all of the craziness that he does. So keep him on the Kiss It list. It was somebody else. Montgomery County Public Schools. they're going through some stuff because there's this big debate over the types of books that are in the school curriculum, including material that is LGBT plus leaning, and there are groups of people saying, why is this part of elementary school curriculum? I don't know what's happening with Montgomery County Public Schools in Maryland.
Montgomery County in what state, though?
I said in Maryland.
Oh.
I don't know what's happening with them, but y'all need to figure that out. Because elementary school, come on now, why is that in the mix? If people want to tell or explain things of sexuality and whatnot to their kids, why don't they do that at home? Why is the school trying to get into that on a grade level between 1 through 6?
Well, where are these books, in the library, is that?
It's part of the curriculum. They're trying to blend it into the curriculum. It was Ketel had some information on that.
All right.
Ketel, do you have that info?
Right. It was a curriculum that they wanted to put into the schools, but because of people's religious beliefs and things of that nature, they didn't want their child to, read those books. So it was like, 2 guys getting married and some other crazy stuff that they had. I mean, but come on now, what were we doing 5th and 6th grade? It's just not appropriate, I don't think.
Yeah, I remember it was. Go ahead.
No, so they were fighting to keep it out of the curriculum in the Maryland schools, and these parents, they lost that fight. The judge said no, they have to do the curriculum. They can't opt out of the curriculum. That's the bottom line. So,
but I remember that one of the titles of the books was something of the effect of Pride Puppy. And I'm trying to understand, why? Why don't y'all just focus on the basics, reading, writing, arithmetic, social studies? Why are you getting into sexuality in elementary school? I just don't understand it.
Yeah,
I just feel folk are just trying to do too much.
Right.
I think they need to just cut all of it. Don't deal with any kind of human sexuality, period. Gay, straight, bi, confused, otherwise. Cut all of it. Just deal with how to read, how to write, how to do arithmetic. Focus on that.
Okay, so what we got for them? Okay.
Yeah, we got them all on the kissing list. We got a special prize for them, and here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One who's Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Woo, we're down to the last word. I hope it was good for you, because it was good for me. What's your last word, Poppa DD?
The last word is everything's out there now. I mean, looks like this is the wrap up of the indictments, the wrap up of the first debate and everything, and everything else now is just what's going forward. The next debate, what's going on with Trump later on, and I mean, hopefully we could take a break until Labor Day and everything will subside into its own corner. You know, we got to hear from none of these knuckleheads or anything about that, you know, because I just think everybody should start drawing their own opinion on stuff, you know, instead of humpbacking. I've seen too much humpbacking this weekend. Humpback. That debate was nothing but a big ass humpback. People need to have their own damn opinion and stand up for themselves. Shit, what if Trump kicked the goddamn bucket? What you gonna turn to then? Shit, we all gonna die one day. We just don't know how or when. So don't put your eggs in too much of anybody's basket. Anyway, that's another story.
All righty. Well, my last word is enjoy what's left of August because summer is coming to a close. Schools are open and opening. If you have kids that are in school, you better get them together, get them back on the schedule. All this staying up all night, got to bring it to a close, shut it down. It's over. Get everybody back on schedule, get everybody back on track, and make the most of it. Try to, rein them all in and do what you got to do. It's a whole new season, whole new semester.
Yeah.
So let's all pull together and do what we got to do to help the babies learn.
And break out them rakes because the leaves about to fall off damn trees.
Out to have to rake the yards and all that stuff. So get what you can out of what's left of summer because it's about to be done. That's my last word.
All that getting light at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about it. All that staying light till 8 o'clock at night. Forget about it.
All right, Ketel, what's your last word?
Oh, you're trying to get out of here there. My last word is do something productive this weekend. If you have time to go down to the mart, maybe you'll make it down there. Maybe I'll see you down there, Poppin Redwine down there at the mart.
Yep.
Okay.
But just be productive and let's move forward in this struggle, this battle, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just tired of this black and white thing. But I guess, us as African Americans, black, whatever you want to call us, we're going to be fighting to the very end. So that's how I'm feeling. And also I want to give a shout out to someone I've known since I was 5 years old, and they have a birthday coming up. Kudos to Redwine. I hope you enjoy your birthday. Coming up, I know it's a few days off, but like I said, kudos to you. Shout out to sister, girl, friend, you've been everything. So I love you, and happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Ketel. Love you too, and thank you so much.
All righty. All right. It's my last word.
All right. Well, that'll wrap it up for another edition of the Pajama Party Show.
Last Friday in August.
Is it really? Last Friday in August. Wow.
Yeah, today's the 25.
Yeah, you're right.
5 and 7 is 2 all day.
That would be 32, and that ain't true.
I like that.
In blackjack, that's a bust.
Yeah, that's a bust.
If you got a 5 in blackjack and you get a 7, you busted.
You in trouble. All right.
22 all
well,
day.
we're going to say goodnight and get on out of here. Say goodnight, Poppa DD.
Right.
Good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Ketel.
Good night.
And good night, everybody, from the Pajama Party Show. This is Redwine. We're signing off. Peace.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so. I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown and set